Welcome to the Dog Mom Knits podcast, episode 4. My name is Amanda, and you can find me on Instagram as Dog Mom Knits and on Ravelry as Dog Mom Knits 08. I also have an email address for this podcast if you ever have any questions about anything, and it is dogmomknits@gmail.com. This is a knitting podcast. I have links to all of the shops down below in the description box, and links to my Ravelry project pages. But if Ravelry doesn't work for you, again, you can email me dogmomknits@gmail.com, and I will happily answer any and all of your questions. So as I said, this is episode number 4. I do have notes down here because, when I'm not knitting, I am a teacher, and I do much better when I have notes to refer to. I do the same, in my classroom. It is February 28th. It has been 2 weeks since I podcasted last. It has been a crazy 2 weeks. Oh, Finley's here. It has been a crazy 2 weeks. Hi, Finn. You want to turn around and say hi to everybody? Say hi. Say hi. Say, this is Finley. This is our puppy. This is the third of the dogs that live in our house. Her 2 older brothers are our other 2. You gonna hang out with mommy while she podcasts? It is 7:00 at night on Monday, February 28th. I got home from work maybe 30 minutes ago. Maybe. It is just crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. So I am anticipating a lot of, what was I saying? I'm also anticipating a lot of losing track of my thought process, because that's usually what happens when I'm tired. But I didn't want to not podcast. I know this is only my 4th episode, but I've really enjoyed this community. I've enjoyed all the kind words and kind sentiments that are coming in on the as comments. I've enjoyed the, getting to know new people and people friending me on Instagram and chatting there. And I just, as crazy as life is right now, I would have missed you guys if I didn't podcast. So, so I didn't say, we are in my living room. This is my fireplace. We are in my living room. I live with my husband, Sean, who is the guy who sews, on Etsy and Instagram and YouTube. He has a podcast also, so check him out if you sew. He is, in my completely unbiased opinion, he's pretty amazing. So I live in coastal Virginia with my husband, Sean, our 3 dogs, one of whom you just saw. But we have Bandit, Copper, and Finley. We also have a turtle named Rowena. So the end of February, looking down at my goals for February, and I did okay, I guess. 2 out of 3. It's good, right? Better than half. So my first goal each month is to complete a languishing whip. So that is what this pile is right here. It is all of my languishing whips. I pulled for the month of February a pair of socks from Rags Fiber Arts, and I talked all about those on episode 3 of the podcast. So go and check it out if you haven't yet. They are done. They have been done. So that's good. My second goal is I am participating in the Desert Vista Dye Works 8th annual sock club. So, out of Desert Vista Dye Works yarn, I need to knit a pair of socks each month. And my socks for February are done. This is the first one. The colorway is Monet Impressionist Sunrise. And this is on her Viso base. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I absolutely love this sock. Love, I mean, I have a pair and I'll show, oops, sorry for the clinking. I absolutely love these socks. They are not identical twins. And I'm okay with that. They're pretty close though. Like, I was impressed with how close they were. This sock has a little bit of orange at the very, very top of the cuff. And this sock just starts with the blue. That does not bother me. I do not need them to match exactly. But I absolutely, this is just such a beautiful colorway. And I'm just really, really, really enjoying participating in this, this monthly sock club. So, I did a 15 row cuff, a 70 row leg, heel flap and gusset, just a vanilla sock with a rounded toe. I used the Crazy Sock Ladies Vanilla Socks on Magic Loop recipe. Oh, it's not a recipe, Amanda. See, I told y'all. This is going to be the episode of mistakes. Even though the last one had a decent amount of mistakes too, and I wasn't nearly as tired as I am today. It's a Crazy Sock Ladies pattern for vanilla socks on Magic Loop. And so, yeah, they are done. I am super excited about them. I love them. I haven't washed them yet. I do usually wash my socks before I wear them, and put them back on sock blockers. So I guess technically I block my socks before I wear them. Really, it's just to wash them. I am a crazy tight knitter. I'm not as bad as I used to be, but I do knit really tight. And so I find washing just helps to relax the stitches a little bit. And it makes the fabric really, squishy and smells good. All the fun reasons to wash something that you've just knit. So, Monet Impressionist Sunrise from Desert Vista Dye Works, all done. And I'll talk about my socks for, sorry, Finley just walked past me. And it's always good to know what a Finley is up to. It's one of those things where if you can't see her, she's probably doing something she's not supposed to be doing. But I'll talk about my socks for March in just a minute. So, yeah. So, 2 goals out of 3. Done. The third goal I have each month is to complete a new project. And that is, no, I didn't even start. I was going to knit the second of my colorwork socks, the Sweetheart socks by Nitty Natty out of Moonglow Yarn Co. Sweetheart sock set. I didn't have the brain space. I didn't even come close to having the brain space to knit a colorwork sock this month. And so I think what I'm going to do is just I want to knit the second one. I want to finish the pair. I really do. I've toyed with the idea of, do I really want to knit them? Maybe I should just go ahead and rip them out, frog them. And I was like, no, I really want them done. I just can't do them right now. I just do not have the brain space to knit them right now. So what I'm going to do is put them aside and I will pick them back up when school is out in June and do, 1 color repeat a day. I can have the pair of socks finished in a week and a half and be done. And so I'm just kind of giving myself permission to put them in the languishing whip pile, but I have a due date on them. So they're not going to stay in the languishing whip pile for 4 years like some of these projects have. I'm going to put them in and I'm knitting them in June. So y'all hold me accountable on that one. Fingers crossed. I will be able to keep that as a thing. I don't know if you can hear Finley. She's all excited because mommy's home. Sean's like chasing her around the living room. She's so funny. Okay, so my goals for March, my 3 goals for March. I did pick a languishing whip, though I am cheating just a little bit. And when I get into, or I might just explain it now. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I am cheating just a little bit. So, oh, I didn't even look up when I started this project. Maybe last year. Yeah, it would have been last year no, it was like 2 years ago now. I don't know. I have a project page for it. I started a Musselburgh hat for my husband out of Knit Picks. Sorry. I'm coming. It's Knit Picks Brava. It's a sport weight yarn. And the color is Solstice Heather. So, it's a sport weight yarn. And I'm going to end up folding it over on itself. I don't know. Now that I've taken this out and looked at it, my intention was that I was going to frog it. Like, that was how I was going to cheat. Was my languishing whip for this month was going to be a project that I frog. I don't know. Now that I'm looking at it, I might finish it. Instead, I might actually finish it. I thought maybe it'd be too much if it was folded over, like doubled up, but I think all that would do is just make it super, super warm. All the conundrums. He's sitting right here. I'm going to ask him. What do you think? Frog or finish?
It's up to you.
Did you hear that, guys? His answer was, it's up to you.
You don't want to ask the dentist.
Isn't that helpful? I'm just kidding. He knows I'm indecisive. He is also indecisive. Picking dinner at our house is so much fun. I don't know. I might finish it, or at least try to make a ton of progress on it. Because it is just mindless knitting now. Just, Musselburghs. You turn them Musselburghs. Which way is it? Musselborough, I think. And I've always just said Musselburghs. So I apologize, and I'll try to pronounce it correctly. I got into the habit of saying it wrong. Once you get past the increases, you just knit until it's the right number of inches, and then you decrease down, and then it folds in on itself. And I'm much further than I thought I was, than I remembered being. And now that I'm feeling it, I don't know that I feel like it is too much doubled. Okay, so change of plans. I am actually going to finish this. Be nice to finish it this month, but I'm going to try. So, yeah, I'm going to finish my husband's Musselborough hat out of Knit Picks Brava Solstice Heather. That'd be fun. I already have plans to knit another Musselborough hat for myself. I already have the yarn and everything. So his can be my little test subject. And I didn't show this, but I am, this is being housed in my Wizard of Oz bag from The Guy Who Sews, which again is my husband. And it has Yellow Brick Road fabric on the inside. I love this movie so much. The play was equally amazing. We went and saw the play at our local theater. We have a theater that gets the shows that come off Broadway and go on tour. And so I saw that a couple years ago. We saw that a couple years ago. It was so good. So on the fly decisions. It even says in my notes, Sean's hat, frogging. Nope. Sean's hat, finishing. We're going to finish the hat. Maybe. Hopefully. So that's goal number 1. Languishing Whip. We're going to finish, not frog, Sean's hat. And then, sorry if that crinkling is really loud. My second goal is my Desert Vista Dye Works box. I haven't taken it out yet. I'm so sorry. This is also an acquisition because I just got this, well, since I podcasted last. But this is going to be my Desert Vista Dye Works socks for this month. Look at that beautifulness. I am so excited. Look at how beautiful that is. It is called Slumdog Millionaire. It's from her movies series that was up in January, I think it was. And it came with a 20-gram mini of the black that I might use for the heels. I might not. I haven't decided yet. I'll decide once I see it start working up. But this is going to be my March Desert Vista Dye Works. I am test knitting a pattern for Allison of Lofty Loops. And she has a podcast. I'll link her below. She's amazing. I'm pretty sure it's called the Cold Brew socks. And it specifically asks for self-striping yarn. And so I asked her if it was okay if I waited until March to do the test knit so that I could use my March Desert Vista Dye Works colorway. And she was really great. Excuse me. She was really great about it and was like, absolutely, it's fine. I'm not in any rush. So yeah, Slumdog Millionaire. It's going to be my Cold Brew socks. I can't see. There we go. Oh my gosh, you guys. Do you see all that? Like rainbow, basically. I am so here for this. It is so beautiful. Because my favorite color is rainbow. Really, if we want to get technical, my favorite color is sparkly rainbow. So when I saw this, I was like, I don't even know that I paused. I was like, it is what it is. My third goal each month is to complete a new project. The new project for March will not finish in March. I already know. I signed up to participate in Nitty Natty's Perfect Fit Socks class, and it's a 6-week class. And this is week 1, so I already know it's going to carry over into April a little bit. But she's talking through how to knit socks that fit every single time. And I love knitting socks. I cannot say that every sock I knit fits. Some fit better than others. Some don't fit and I still wear them. But I am so excited for this class. And so, obviously, if you're going to knit perfect fit socks, you need sock yarn. And so at the end of December, I purchased this skein from Yarn Cafe Creations. It's called Boozy Hot Wassail. That is not even close to focused. I am so sorry, you guys. It is a 4-ply fingering, 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. Oh. Do I want to use that for the perfect fit socks? Forgot it was an 85-15. Most of the socks I knit are 75-25. So maybe for my first perfect fit socks, I should use something that is more like what I always use. Interesting. Watch this space. Because in 2 weeks, I may come back to you and go, okay, just kidding. I'm not using that. I'm using something else. My sock yarn's like right there in that cabinet. It's not like I'm you know, I don't have enough choices. Yeah, watch this space. I may end up using something different. I've got a hypnotic yarn in there. Oh, but that's 80/20 also. Like this is 85/15. Hypnotic's 80/20. The yarnable colors. Huh. Interesting. Okay. All the decisions that I made that I have to rethink because I'm not going to frog a hat. I may not use that yarn for the perfect fit socks. I don't know what's going on around here, y'all. I just work here. That's all it is. So last episode 3, I talked about the new needle bags that my husband made me that are awesome. And I said that I wanted to, give away my old needle case that he made me, and I won't go through all of it. But I asked anybody that wanted to possibly win this to comment and use the word needle in their comment. And I used a random comment picker. And the winner is Mary McIntyre. So Mary, who is from Ireland, which is top 5 on my bucket list. Oh my gosh. Mary, I will comment and let you know that you won, but please get in touch with me, and send me your address so that I can mail you your new needle case. And I hope you love it. And I hope it finds a really good home with you because it has served me well. And I'm excited to pass it on to someone else. I also posted on Instagram that last week, I think it was middle of last week, that I was really, really close to having 100 subscribers on the channel. And if I was able to get to 100 subscribers by this podcast or whenever I got to 100 subscribers, I was going to do a giveaway. Well, we got and surpassed 100. And I am blown away by that. Completely shocked. I thought when I started this, I would maybe only have 10. I'll be lucky if I have 10 subscribers. And the idea that I have 100 is mind-blowing. It just leaves me in awe thinking about it. So we are going to do a giveaway on this episode for as a thank you for being amazing and welcoming me so openly into this wonderful community here on YouTube. So I put together a little prize pack. So the first thing that you will get is a bag from the Guy Who Sews with all of these really cool knitting phrases, knitting words, knitting designs. It's just really, really fun. It's just fun. It has this bright, beautiful yellow interior. This is his sock size bag. So fittingly, I will include a skein of sock yarn. So I will be including a skein of Long Dog yarn. This is her bounce sock. That is not going to focus. Whoops. Sorry, guys. Nope, still not focusing. Okay, yeah, this camera's just weird. It's her bounce sock, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 463 yards per 100 grams. And the colorway is Pride and Prejudice. This was her Book Nook Club from April of 2021. Pride and Prejudice is one of my absolute favorite books, but I have so much sock yarn. And I want to share it. And I want to send a sock yarn that I love so that you guys can enjoy it and love it too. And it has all that, like all these beautiful, this is more green than blue, showing up very blue on camera, but it isn't. It's very green. And then it's got all those, look at that. Look at those beautiful speckles. And then it's lighter green down here. It's just really, really beautiful. And her, if you have not knit with Long Dog yarn before, she is, her color, the way she puts colors together is just, it's amazing. And it's so squishy. Look at this squish. Oh my gosh. So in order to be entered to win the bag and the yarn, you just need to comment on this video. You can comment anything you want. There is no prompt, and be a subscriber to the YouTube channel. So that's it. Bag, yarn, just as a way of saying thank you so much for supporting me on this crazy, crazy journey that I have decided to go on. So acquisitions, where is it? There it is. I have one acquisition, again, with the crinkling. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, you guys. I have one acquisition. It's not yarn. So my husband makes amazing, amazing project bags, but so does Jenny of Mountain State Stitches. And she had an update and I was all over it. I had alarms set on my phone. I was in the car. He was driving and I'm refreshing and refreshing and refreshing. And oh my gosh, everything went so fast, but I'm not surprised because their bags are amazing. But I picked up this bag. Again, this is from Mountain State Stitches. It is so beautiful. And the interior fabric is, to me, they look like knit stitches. I love it so much. And this is her sock size. It has like a little square bottom or box bottom. But yeah, I don't think it's going to zoom in on her. Nope. Oh, my camera. So I don't know which socks are going in here. Actually, this could be fun for my perfect fit socks. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Now that I've shown it to you guys, I can use it for my perfect fit socks. Don't you think daisies are just the friendliest flowers? Name that movie. Comment below if you know that movie, and please help me not feel like such a nerd, because every time I see a daisy, that's what I think of. Don't you think daisies are just the friendliest flowers? Love that movie. Oh my gosh, it's so one of my favorites. I feel like the girls of Cozy Up Knits right now, because they do that every once in a while. They'll mention a movie line, like a line from a movie, and then they'll say, like, they'll tell their audience to name that movie below. So it just happened. I'm not copying, but it's funny to me that I basically, like, I just did something that, like, they do. So that's it for knitting. I'll do a quick life update, and then that'll be it. So if you're not here for that, and you're just here for the knitting, thank you so much for watching. And I'll be back in 2 weeks with, hopefully some more knitting. So life updates. If you watched, any of my Vlogmas episodes, especially the ones in the beginning, we had a foreign exchange student with us in the fall. She was supposed to stay all year, but for quite a few reasons decided to go back to her home, which is in the Ukraine. Excuse me, which is in Ukraine, not in the Ukraine. And I'm certain everybody knows that they're at war right now. And this is not a political podcast, and I'm not going to get into that, but, you know, there's been a lot of praying and worrying and messaging and worrying and crying and worrying. Yeah. She's being strong, and she is glad that she's home. And we miss her, but we're glad that she's home right now too, so that she and her family can go through this together. And she said the most beautiful thing to me Saturday, I think it was. Yeah, it was Saturday when we were chatting, like texting back and forth. I asked her if they were going to leave, if they were going to evacuate Ukraine. And she said no, that the family had talked about it. Her family had talked about it, that they had decided to stay from the end through the end and to the new beginning. And I just thought that was so beautiful. So, yeah. My heart, a piece of my heart lives in Ukraine. And yeah. Worried, scared, praying, crying. All of the above. Every time I think about it, this is what happens. I painted my nails yesterday and I painted them blue. So that every time I look down and see the blue nail polish, it'll remind me to pray for her and pray for the country. So, yeah. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that I've mentioned before that I help with the theater program at my school. And the spring musical this year is Mary Poppins. And show week is next week. That seems so crazy. So show week is next week. And that just means that there's a lot going on. That's why I got home so late tonight. I was finishing up something at school for one of the set pieces. I'll be working on something tomorrow. And I'm not complaining at all. There's, one of the pastors of a church that we went to said he used to say you can't pour from an empty cup. And teaching, I love it, but it takes a lot emotionally, mentally, physically. It's a lot to teach. And theater and drama is how I fill my cup. So I am by no means complaining. I love it. It just means that the next 2 weeks are going to be super busy. And that's okay. I'm good. I don't know how much knitting content I'll have for you guys in 2 weeks. I don't even know if I will be awake enough to podcast in 2 weeks. Watch this space. We'll see. We'll see if I'm able to get a podcast out the day after the show closes, the end of show week, but we'll see. And I may not have any knitting to show you regardless, so I may not, I don't know. But the kids have worked so hard. Their teachers have worked so hard. Their parents, everybody involved. It is going to be so beautiful and so amazing. And I am so excited to be part of this show. Just so excited. Excited to see it on the stage and sorry that it's coming to an end at the same time. That aspect of school, very busy. My teaching job aspect of school is also very busy right now. I feel like this year I was like, oh, we're not gonna, second year of teaching in a pandemic. Maybe it's not going to be as bad. Like, I kind of know what I'm doing. No, I have no clue what I'm doing. None of us do. I feel like I'm not the only teacher that says that. And let me not say none because I don't want to generalize, but I feel like a lot of teachers are feeling. My best friend is an epidemiologist, and she says the phrase is pandemic fatigue, that all the extra stuff we have to do, teachers have to do because of the pandemic is just, it's overwhelming. And it's just, it just feels like this school year, and maybe it has nothing to do with the pandemic, and I'm just blaming COVID for one more thing. But it just feels like I can't catch up. Like, I can't get ahead. I can get done what needs to get done, but I can't get ahead. And I really, that feeling is so frustrating. I like being ahead instead of constantly playing catch up. And so that's just making me more and more and more grateful for my knitting, because in January I started trying. I was like, okay, we're just going to try it and see what happens. I don't bring my work computer home. I don't bring papers to home to grade. I stay at school an hour and a half after the kids leave and do what I need to do as much as I can. And then I come home and I reserve my evenings for Sean and the dogs and knitting. And I think that has really helped me, because I'm not good at boundaries. Like, I'm all in all the time. And having that boundary placed where my computer's not here, I'm not bringing papers home, I'm not bringing lesson planning home, I'm home, therefore I'm wife, dog mom, knitter. I feel like that's been really good for me. It's been really good to kind of help me breathe, because it isn't all about school all the time. I love my job. I love my kids. But again, it's a me thing. It's not a them thing. It's a me thing. I'm all in all the time. And I need boundaries. I need a break. And I'm glad that I have my knitting to be able to give me that time at the end of the day. So that's me. That's us. I don't think I have any more life updates for you guys. I am going to go ask Sean if he'll wind up my March yarn for me for Desert Vista Dye Works, and spend a little bit of time playing with Finley and Copper. They're over there asleep. And then I'm going to go to bed. And I'm going to get up tomorrow morning. I'm going to do it all again. And love every minute of it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being part of this crazy experiment that I started in January. I just hope that wherever you are and whatever you're doing, that you feel happy and joyful in the process. And until I see you next time, happy knitting.